So let's go through a couple just clips from the debate that I have here to go through. Here is that Michele Bachmann announcement, and it's a pretty reasonable question. Why is she at the debate if she hasn't yet announced that she is a candidate? Because I thought the debate, Lewis, was for candidates to the Republican nomination, and I guess she is now one. Here's that announcement from during the debate. It was just weird when it happened. It makes sense in a way. She's just so bizarre. I don't even know. I don't even know what to make of it. Very strange woman. Let's take a look at this. Here we go. I promise.
Speaker just said, Congresswoman, repeal Dodd-Frank. Answer the American out there who says, maybe I don't like all of the details, but after what happened in 2007 and 2008, I don't want Wall Street to not have somebody looking at them, watching what they're doing.
Well, I'm looking forward to answering that question because I introduced the repeal bill to repeal Dodd-Frank because it's an over-the-top bill that will actually lead to more job loss rather than job creation. But before I fully answer that, I just want to make an announcement here for you, John, on CNN tonight. I filed today my paperwork to seek the office of the presidency of the United States today, and I'll very soon be making my formal announcement. So I wanted you to be the first to know.
That. All right. Well, welcome. Now, if you're out there.
Everybody loves it. I like how she says, before I fully answer that question. They should do this with not more extreme things. Like, Lewis, prompt me. Let's say you were the moderator. Let's say you were John King and you were grunting and whatnot. Ask me about what do I think about the probability of single-payer health care or something like that. Just give me a position question.
David, how do you feel about the single-payer system being proposed in Vermont, and would you do it on a national level?
Well, Lewis, as you know, I've been in favor of single-payer healthcare for a long time, but before I answer that fully, I just want to say, and I want you to be the first to know, that anytime I order a pizza, I always go with absolutely no anchovies, and I do not like that stuffed crust that sometimes they do. But and you have to say thank you for letting me know.
Thank you.
But to get back to your question, absolutely, we need single-payer health care. Why even limit it to electoral stuff? Just interrupt and answer. Just comment on things. Just answer anything else you have on your list.
My favorite part was when the moderator was doing the this or that thing, and asks Michele Bachmann, Elvis or Johnny Cash, and she says, "Oh, that's tough. You know what? Both."
Right. It's like the questions are so simple, yet they still can't be answered.
Yeah. It's like I can't afford to lose the Elvis or the Johnny Cash electorate, so I'm going to say both.
Another favorite moment of mine is we covered this maybe like 6 weeks ago, where Herman Cain said he would not have Muslims on his cabinet or just anywhere in his staff. Okay. So he was asked about that. Here's what he actually said during the debate, and then we'll just fact check it because you know what? We have the video from the original statement. So here's Herman Cain at the debate.
To this country. Are American Muslims as a group less committed to the Constitution than, say, Christians or Jews?
First, the statement was, would I be comfortable with a Muslim in my administration? Not that I wouldn't appoint one. That's the exact transcript. And I would not be comfortable because you have peaceful Muslims and then you have militant Muslims.
Right. Okay. So
first, you also have peaceful Christians and you also have militant Christians.
Right. Yes. But the thing is, when we actually went back and looked at the video to say, well, what exactly did he say? Was it about being comfortable? Was it about appointing? And by the way, why would you appoint if we believe what he said, that it's not that he wouldn't appoint one, he's just not comfortable with Muslims. Why on earth if you were the president, would you appoint people you're not comfortable with?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. But just to humor the entire situation, this is actually what Herman Cain said.
Mr. Cain, you came under a bit of controversy this week for some of the comments made about Muslims in general. Would you be comfortable appointing a Muslim either in your cabinet or as a federal judge?
No, I will not. And here's why. There is this creeping attempt, there's this attempt to gradually ease Sharia law.
Okay. So the question is, would you be comfortable appointing a Muslim? And he says, I will not. So the question is there's no distinction between, are you comfortable with Muslims on your cabinet Because if you're not comfortable with them on your cabinet,
that was the question. But
how would they get on the cabinet if you're not comfortable with them? It's your cabinet.
He's right. The question was, would you be comfortable? And he says no. But then he says, I will not.
Right.
He
Absolutely.
goes out of his way to say he will not appoint a Muslim.
So there's Herman Cain. Just a little bit of hypocrisy. He has no chance, by the way. Just it's more of a sideshow. And then here's Rick Santorum talking to CNN anchor Don Lemon, who recently revealed both that he was molested as a child and that he is gay. He was talking to Rick Santorum about gay stuff and Rick Santorum's statements. And Rick Santorum pulls the old "I have gay friends" thing, and also "I don't hate people." Let's take a listen.
Recently on Joy Behar, and she said that she called you, I think it was bigoted, I'm paraphrasing, bigoted or homophobic or what have you.
I have a difference of agreement on a public policy issue. That doesn't mean I hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. I'm called by my faith and I'm to love everybody. I do. I mean, I pray for people whether they're for me or against me because that's what I'm supposed to do. And just because I disagree with a definition, a legal definition of what marriage is, doesn't mean I dislike anybody or hate anybody or am spiteful of anybody. It's because I think that's what's best for society. And we should be able to disagree without calling people bigots. Yeah. I think that's really sad that you have people on the other side because you stand up for something that has been an institution in this world for 2,000 years that all of a sudden now you're a hater, you're a mean person. I'm not. I've never been.
Do you have any gay friends?
Yeah, in fact, I've had gay people work for me.
Yeah, and friends.
Yes.
You know, people say I have black friends.
I mean, yes, I have.
All right. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, though, it's a little bit disingenuous because Don Lemon is putting that in his mouth. He's originally even bringing that up. But, the other thing that I'm saying is the same way that it's despicable when some people say they're anti-gay because it's the word of God or because of the Bible, it's actually just as bad for Rick Santorum to claim he doesn't hate anyone because Jesus said not to. In other words, if it weren't for Jesus, then Rick Santorum would hate gay people. Right. But listen, Jesus says
he doesn't
love
hate
everyone.
anyone because he's not supposed to.
Right, exactly. Not because his inclination is to hate gay people, but Jesus says you should love everyone.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
I guess some people do need Jesus.
We're way over our budget of time here, Lewis. DavidPakman.com. Vote, did the New Hampshire GOP debate mean anything? We're giving away an iPad. Sign up for membership. DavidPakman.com/membership.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Would just be morality with no comedy, and then